Pickaxe.
Hello everyone and welcome to 0 Degrees, the podcast with no qualifications where we try and solve your complications. I'm Ravs and I'm joined by the lovely Lydia, and sadly no Harry this week, but we do have a very special guest in the form of Izzy Bee Phillips, frontwoman of Black Honey and also tattoo artist extraordinaire. Hello, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm excited to have you on.
Yeah.
Like this is very cool. I think you are our first non-yogs guest.
Non-yogs, non-streamery guest.
Whoa,
right?
that's big.
Like we're branching out now and reaching our tentacles further
because
afield.
everyone we spoke to is just a massive fucking nerd.
Yeah, they're
so
all
far.
losers.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely qualify as a nerd still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah? What would your nerd qualifications be?
Okay, so at the moment I'm obsessed with Gardener's World.
Gardener's World.
True
okay.
nerd. That's
Like-
not even
okay.
Yeah, like I don't game or nothing like that except for Tetris.
Nice.
I told you about this.
Classic.
I really love Tetris. But I watch like 14 hours a day of Gardener's World at the moment. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh my god, that's
an
an
addiction.
That's an
What,
addiction.
14
Yeah.
hours of Gardener's
Or just in
World?
the background.
You
I'll be
need
like,
intervention. I'm worried about you. Is it because you have a garden, and you're like longing to be the best Alan Titmarsh you can be, or?
it's like I have a balcony.
Oh.
And
It's London after all.
Yeah, it's London,
Yeah.
and it's like so concrete. It's so like it's the most like horrible backdrop that in my head it's I think it's some way of exerting a kind of control.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm kind of owning something back. I'm obsessed with the idea of like if like you're a flower, you can't always be like in bloom all the time.
No, you got to die.
Okay.
Like the bits where it's doing the roots, like that is the important bit.
Yeah, that's the life of the plant, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like the
so
veins.
just like
Yeah.
literally planting a tiny seed and just like obsessively studying it, like watching it every day, being like, come on. That's my
That's really cool. Like, do you have a
Obsession.
setup where you have it so you can visibly see the little?
yeah. So I have
Roots coming
like so I have a potting bench, which is like my new thing, and then I have glass. I have like glass planters, so you can see
kind of like
the
a
roots.
terrarium
Yeah.
type of thing.
Also, sometimes you give up on one and you'll be like, oh, this seed's dying. Fuck. Okay, it's not gonna. Or this one's not gonna go. And then like a month later, you'll be like, oh, it went.
It lives. It survived.
Yeah.
They can be really hardy, right? The amount of plants that should have died under my care and have somehow like powered through.
Yeah, I
is-
know nothing about plants either. Like, you know, when someone's like an expert on something that they've watched for 14 hours a day, and like, I have literally no idea what anything's called. I'm just like, oh, it's pretty. And like the soothing sounds of the things and the smell of flowers or like, I don't know,
Yeah.
something just really calming about it.
I guess
Yeah.
it's like if you, it's like background entertainment, like you
Yeah.
said, it's like a soothing presence.
Yeah.
Like
ASMR vibe.
yeah, like an ASMR kind
But
of thing.
ASMR plants, like
Oh, yeah.
rustling of leaves.
Oh my God, I would die.
Oh,
I would die.
soothing.
They stress me out too much. My dad had like this nice greenhouse and shit, and he was like, "Can you like take care of the plants while I'm on holiday?" And I was like, "I'm gonna fucking kill all of these
my
plants." I was like
God.
so scared, like watering them. I had to like remind myself, set an alarm, set a reminder to do it. I kept them alive, but like it was the most stressed I've ever been in my life.
That's the thing,
Yeah.
right? Like I recently discovered this has turned into a gardening
Yeah,
episode of the
gardening
podcast.
episode. Way better than what we usually
Way
fucking
better than
talk
what we
about.
usually do.
Yeah.
I discovered an app called Planter, right? And so I got loads of different house plants all over the bloody show, and they're all different. I don't really know anything about plants or gardening or whatever. But this app, I fill it all in, and you have to like measure them and say how far away they are from sunlight and stuff. And it like and I named them all. I like to individually name all of my plants.
What with like human names?
human names, yeah.
I know people that do that.
Like Ken and Clint and
You've
things
actually
like that.
named your-
Oh, every single one of them.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, Benjamin and Susan.
This is new knowledge.
They've all got names, but it tells me I get
I thought I needed
notifications.
intervention.
Just really, I also name like my air conditioning unit and my car. I just like to
Yeah.
name
Yeah,
things. It
yeah.
makes me love them more.
Bertha
Yeah.
is a unit though.
Yeah,
Bertha
Bertha
unit.
is
Yeah,
my
yeah.
big
Bertha's a
girl.
unit.
My big Bertha is
Come
my
on to me,
aircon. But yeah, it like just notifies you every day. Like you need to water this one. You need to put this one in the sun, and it's
That would stress me out.
Oh, I need
It's just
it.
like another app to shout at you.
I need it though, otherwise they'll all die.
I'm the same. I get like notifications. I'm like, I can't be dealing with this right now. It's
yeah,
like
or
too
like
much.
Apple Watches, and people are like getting shouted at by the Apple Watch for like not doing enough exercise.
Oh
I'm
god,
like,
I hate that.
no.
You need to stand up. The hour's almost
Yeah.
done, and then they end up
Yeah.
just like wiggling their arms around, like to try and
Yeah.
trick it into thinking like I'm doing a walk. But yeah, aside from gardening and stuff, so you're a musician
Yeah.
and you're a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I play in an indie rock band called Black Honey, and I've been doing that for like gonna say 12 years, I would say.
Oh, wow.
So no fresh industry plants here. And yeah, we've been like touring. We've done like all around the world, and we're writing a 4th record at the moment.
Amazing.
And we're independent. And we had the last 2 albums. We had 2 independent number 1s, which was like so sick.
That's
so
incredible.
fucking sick. Racing against U2 as well, which was kind of scary.
Yeah, as if we
U2
even had a
dropped.
chance with them though.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it was fun. We made like t-shirts with like U2's faces on, with like our
I
faces like
fucking remember
imposed on them.
Honestly,
Were you Bono?
Yeah.
yeah, the U2 banter was fucking great,
Yeah.
honestly.
Just like DMing them, like trolling U2, being like, remember when you guys like gave everyone your album? Well, maybe you could absolve yourselves by buying a Black Honey album.
So what has that been like doing it for so long, like being in a band for that amount of time?
Partially like really jaded and just like lost all of the like bushy, bright-eyed energy that I have. I just feel like so...
Oh no, it's like beating you down.
Yeah, I just don't
Tired.
fucking care. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
God.
oh my God, like I just hate everyone and like hate everything. But also like weirdly still love it. And I'm also just like, this is absolutely where I'm meant to be. And like, I think I feel really lucky in this world where like TikTok exists and like all these fucking like crazy artists who are just like appearing out of nowhere, getting billions of streams. Like I know that beyond that, like we have like real people that like really connect with what we've made, and, like come in real life and just share that in real time. Just feels like even more precious.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I imagine the buzz of like doing a show to like a full house must be fucking amazing. Like,
Oh my God, yeah.
yeah, I would shit my pants though.
I
I'd
too.
be terrified.
I do. I
I
literally
too.
do shit my
Literally
pants. It's
shit.
so terrifying.
Yeah.
Like it still scares me shitless. Like it's not. It's like jumping off a cliff or something. You know, just
It's-
like have to really like
yeah.
gear yourself up to go and do it.
It's always going to be scary. Like
Yeah.
you're never not going to be a bit freaked out when you jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's always going to be a little bit
It's
spooky.
addictive in that sense as well. Because if
Yeah.
it wasn't scary, I don't think it'd be as addictive to like want to go and be like, right, what have we got today? Like let's
Yeah.
get out there. And each gig is so different. Each crowd is so different. That like you think that the crowd reacting from you, but really you feel like you're reacting from the crowd.
Oh, yeah. You're
Also, the
feeding
kind
off
of
their
energy's
energy.
feeding, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's like the same with streaming, but like it can be every single time. Just like a different audience can really affect it.
Yeah, absolutely, totally. Because you recently did a gig in Bristol, which our very own Ravs DJ.
Oh, God.
The
Fucking-
after
It was
party.
stunning. It
I
was
was
stunning.
fucking freaking out. I was like, shit, you want me to DJ? What if I fuck it up? Like, I don't know how to DJ. I don't know what I'm fucking doing. I was like Googling like how to DJ. I
How
was
to
trying
be
like,
DJ.
I was like trying to figure out the deck shit. I was like, no idea. I was just like, I'll just make a playlist, I guess. And then I showed up, I didn't have the right cable. And I was just like, oh, I'm fucking this up so hard. But it was fun. It was kind of fun and like
Yeah.
weird thing to do.
Fuck
so
yeah.
thank you for asking me to do that. But I was like,
Pleasure. You were great.
yeah, that was fun. It was really fun.
Aw. And you were in one of the videos.
Yeah, we went to London and did the gorilla shoot for Lemonade Banger. Yeah, I got dressed up as a lemon for. They did not have that on the agenda.
You look cute though.
Well, I was like, oh man, I've seen all your other music videos. They're all fucking banging, like midnight and everything. Then I like, get there, it's just like gorilla shoot. Put this lemon suit on. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
funny,
sorry to
though.
get the hair and makeup team on you
Yeah.
for that one. Sorry, I haven't got the disco pants.
Yeah, no disco pants. Gutted. I could have learned a dance routine.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So that's your. I mean, so what would you say is your day job? Would your day job be tattooing? And
Yeah,
or
Yeah,
is
we
it the other way
just
around?
talked about this before we went on. Like, you were
People think I'm
yeah.
insane when I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm a tattoo artist. They're like, you're band, an artist, and you're a tattoo artist.
Yeah. How do you do both of those things?
Yeah, it just sounds like I'm making it up. Like as I'm saying it, I'm like, I realize that this sounds like a lie.
It does sound like it's two things that sound like,
Two very full-time
Yes.
things.
Yeah.
Yes. Super.
So tattooing, I only just started learning, and I was doing like other day jobs before, as well as band, where I was doing like creative consultancy for like brands and record companies and stuff like that, and other bands, and that was kind of fun and easy enough. And then tattooing was just like one of those things where I was like, people used to say, "What's your dream job if you wasn't a musician?" And I'd always say, "Oh, tattoo artist or a stuntman." I don't know where I got stuntman from. I'm like terrible at like doing anything athletic.
Yeah.
But tattooing was like definitely like something I've always had an interest in. I like drawing. I just never thought I'd be able to do it because it's really intimidating from the outside. Like there's so much gear involved. There's so much hygiene involved. So many qualifications to try and like get to that level. And just through having the right teachers, I've like finally got my license and I'm doing it like properly now. It's part-time. Like I do it like on a good month, like twice a month.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I'm on tour, I don't do it at all. But maybe I just bring my kit around with me and like tattoo friends and stuff. I still love doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I got this little lad.
Yeah, cute
from
boy.
Izzy, love him. Little scaly lad.
He's lovely.
He needs a name.
Boy.
I don't know. I've not got a name for him yet. He's just a little scaly boy to me.
If I can name 10 different plants in my house, you can name your
I'll need to
tattoo.
come up with something. I don't know. Rib.
Rib.
His
Rib
name's
sucks.
Yeah, what's wrong with the name Rib?
Rib.
I don't know. Rib just sounds really like, I don't know. It makes you think of like a plate of ribs.
Yeah, it's
like,
guttural.
It sounds like an
Yeah.
He's a
eater.
skeleton. He's
He
a
sounds
skeleton.
delicious.
I don't know. I'll need to go to the drawing board for that
Yeah.
one.
Maybe we should ask your audience.
No,
Yes,
no,
yes.
no.
Fantastic idea.
I don't want to know the
Please.
shit that Zero Degrees
Bad
listeners will
names
come up with.
only.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
In the comments of the YouTube video, please,
Oh, no.
suggestions for Rav's tattoo. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You don't know you've opened Pandora's box on our ass here.
Is it super nerve-wracking? I mean, I'm sure it is, but like tattooing permanent things onto people. The idea terrifies me.
Yes. Oh my God. One of the most intimidating parts, like I wake up in the night sometimes and remember tattoos I've done, mainly before I was qualified, where I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? Like, spelled my band name wrong on my friend's ribs. Like, it's like cross-eyed drunk at 5 a.m. doing a stick and poke with red ink, all the ink colors I could have done. Yeah, just so horrible. Like some of it, and like with like. Even now, sometimes someone will leave the studio and I'll be like, I have ruined their skin forever.
Oh, no.
And then I have to keep showing them to my tutors because I'm so neurotic that I'll be like, everything's bad. I've done this horrible thing. And they'll be like, shut up. It's fine.
It's
like, it's a good
fine,
tattoo. Get over
yeah. What happens if you like, do you ever like have a little sneeze or something and go,
it. Definitely people like, their like legs like spasm or like you have to just get really quick at being able to pull out, for want of a better word, like really quickly if you need to. But also sometimes things are like more fixable and less. I thought that once you pulled a line, it was like there forever and it was permanent. But there's ways that you can like work a line, or you can add shading, or you can like embellish the piece in a certain way to help it work with whatever damage that happens in that setting. But
Right.
I've honestly like it's never happened to me like really badly yet. Touch wood.
What stresses you out more, just before you go on stage or doing a tattoo?
Oh, they're both pretty bad, to be fair. It depends. Going out on stage is really stressful if it's like London crowd, London headline shows, when you know everyone in the audience.
oh God.
And like we had this one time when my friend come backstage and he was Craig, he's my best friend. He does like some fashion stuff with me, and he comes in like white as a sheet, and it's like I need 2 AAA passes right now. I was like, oh God.
Okay.
Like he was like, do you want to know who? And I was like, no, I don't want to know who.
What could it be, like a big fucker? Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And then I'm like, I rule it's like, I'm like, if there's anyone famous at all in the crowd, like I don't want to know. Or if there's any like big label or like some kind of industry thing, all of that just like affects you so much. So we do the gig and we come back afterwards. He's like, do you want to know who was in the crowd? I was like, yeah, like maybe. And he was like, so it was 2 of the members from Queen.
You shut your mouth. No, I shit you not. I was listening to Queen all whilst I was getting ready and thinking about this podcast and thinking like, oh, Izzy does music and I wonder, I don't know, just listen to Queen. And then that's what
I'm a huge Queen fan.
No way.
Like
That's
huge,
oh my God.
like huge. Like Freddie
That's
Mercury for me is
crazy.
like he's like in the
God.
top 10 best like frontmen of all time.
Yeah, 100%,
Yeah, for
without
sure.
a doubt.
Like
So-
there will never again be another Freddie Mercury.
no.
Oh God, no.
And just happened to be like his daughter was like a friend from some of the models that were coming we had on a guest list for like some fashion people, and then like she invited her dad down and they were down for some like Queen press stuff and they just came in the front door. They came in the front door.
Wow.
Was it the venue?
Holy shit.
Was
You
it
think
like-
that they'd just get like, I can
Backstage?
go
No,
backstage
walked
easy.
in the front door.
Was it Brian May and Roger Taylor?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was definitely Brian. I'm not sure if it was Roger as well. But like, I also just didn't ask anything
Oh
more.
my
I can't even know. Like, I can't
That
even.
would stress me the fuck out.
Thank God you didn't get told before.
Oh my God! And it's the worst. Like, played the NME Awards once, and like,
Amazing.
I know categorically that Simon Neil from Biffy Clyro was in the crowd, and he's
Yeah.
another one of my heroes. And just like being on stage that day was just like. Like I
is
can't. Like one of the first gigs I went to was Biffy Clyro. Like I love
Mon the Biff.
Oh, Mon the Biff. And like just so horrible. Like the worst the worst feeling ever. And then sometimes I'll be like on side of stage watching a friend's band, and there'll be like other famous people watching them, and I get fearful for them. Being watched by the other. I'm like, oh my god, like they're watching you. Like, how are you playing? Like they're just there, and it's so stressful. Like I just don't know how to switch that off. Like it's so horrible.
Like secondhand anxiety.
Yeah, and like some people must be really good at like just zoning in on exactly, and that's like what I enjoy about being on stage is like trying to zoom into like whatever story you're telling at the time. Fuck me, like I just don't want to know any of that. Ugh.
Oh my god, I can't even the fact that your first band that you saw, you were performing to them is such a surreal thing. And I guess if you even think about it when you're on stage, I would just like freeze up and
How would you
so
feel,
you had to block it out.
How would you feel if Placebo was watching your stream?
me fucking streaming to Placebo.
Crying.
I just like, I don't know, I'd like go into like, I just freeze. I think I would just get so anxious.
Yeah.
Like I would just like, you know, they say fight or flight or whatever.
Yeah.
I would, the one where you stop moving.
Yeah.
I would just
you
like
just freeze up.
Fuck, I don't know what to say.
Not great for a stream.
No. I think I would get very stuttery and just very anxious, and it would suck. It would suck.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be good.
Yeah, so any of that, I think like just trying to avoid, especially like even just like meeting people that I'm a fan of, like I'm just trying to avoid it now because I'm just like, it'll ruin it. Or sometimes I turn into complete psychotic fangirl.
Oh shit,
like,
okay.
I can't control myself, and I'm just like, this isn't a good look for me. Like I'm like stalking someone around the corner of a room, like, hi.
Who's your sort of the not the best, but your most, for you, the most exciting person that you've met?
I think the one of the most exciting ones was I Love Garbage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so Shirley Manson is
Yeah,
like,
you're good friends with her, right?
well, now we are, but
Yeah.
the first time was so stressful because
Oh,
she was like, she tweeted about us. So I was like, I think we're on our radar unless someone else is tweeting on her behalf. And we were at a festival in Croatia, and it was like the hottest day of the year. And she had like 12 dressing rooms for all of her crew, and I just had to like gradually like calculate which one was hers, and then like took my friend who was my photographer and was like, right, get your camera ready, like this might happen. And we like went and just like stood outside the door and like got ready and like plucked up my courage, and knocking on the dressing room door is like,
Oh, that is terrifying.
you don't do that. People don't
Yeah.
do that as well. It's like a very like backstage thing. It's like you don't knock on people's dressing rooms, especially if they're like about to go on, if they've like, do you know what I mean, if they're warming up, like they do not, people do not knock on dressing rooms.
Don't fuck up people's chakra.
Yeah, unless you're like Dave Grohl, who apparently just walks into everyone's dressing room and like gives
Doesn't
everyone
even
shots.
knock, just bursts the door
literally,
open.
it's like playing
Yeah.
drums in their fucking kit, whatever. So I'm like that, right, get my courage. I'm like, right, let's do it. I've got to do it. She's my hero. I love her so much. I've got to do it. Like, finally knock on the door, and I'm like, okay, just if it goes wrong, just run away. She opens the door and she goes, Izzy from Black Honey, come in. I was
way.
couldn't
That's
believe it.
awesome.
She was just like telling me about touring, talking about like her live sound, was like giving me like sick advice.
That's amazing.
That's
Such
amazing.
a dude. Like she showed me how she had like really cool like she had like a touring wardrobe thing where they have like a nice like built-in wardrobe rig which only like certain artists get.
sick,
Yeah,
okay.
it's so good. So it's
Holy
just like a flight
shit.
case as a wardrobe, and then you just open the front door and it's like got all of your shit, all your shoes, everything. I was like,
Holy
oh, the dream.
shit.
The dream. She was
Oh my
insane.
God, that's so cool. And it's so nice because they always say, isn't it, like, don't meet your heroes, because it's usually you've made this ideal reality of them that they can't live up to when you
Yeah.
meet them in real life. But it's so nice when that isn't the case and they're
Yeah.
actually just a genuinely really lovely person.
Yeah,
It's
and as like women as well, like I don't know if you find this, but like finding women who I look up to, it just like it adds like this certain depth of value where it's like they have seen shit. That like they know exactly what
Yeah.
you're going through. In fact,
Yeah.
she's done exactly what I've done, and it was even harder for her in that
Oh yeah,
time.
because
It's
it's
like,
like 90s and stuff, right? It's a
Literally.
fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
yeah, and also her band are all like way older than her.
Oh, are they?
And yeah, and it's Butch Vig. So imagine like being in a band with a bunch of dudes anyway, them all being way older than you, and then you have this like world famous record producer as your drummer. Like so in such a weird dynamic to have, like as like a young woman in her time. So much respect for her, and like she will always make time for like other women. Like she literally is constantly supporting other women online. She's like a proper fucking punk, like has a fucking great point of view, is like so solid, and I just like adore the fucking bones of her. And she's also the sort of person, like she texted me like in album campaign mode, and she was like in a very maternal way was like, you're fine, like you don't need to be like on the hard sell so much. And I was like, okay, yeah, I need to like pull it back a bit.
Yeah. Aw.
Thank you, mother.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That's
what an
fucking
icon.
brilliant. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than her, I would be so terrified now, especially now. Like the more famous people I'm around, the more I'm like, oh, I'm just too scared. I just don't want to.
It's crazy because like you can think rationally that they are just a person.
Yeah.
They are just a human being. But that kind of like the way it just fucks with your mind of just like I put so much emphasis on how important this person is to me. That is terrifying to me.
But have you met any of your heroes? Like, have you guys ever had like a similar thing?
I met the bassist from Placebo, and I was really, really nervous, like going up to him. I was like, oh, fuck. I was a bit drunk, so that definitely helped to calm my nerves. And he was really nice, and it was really cool. I only spoke to him for a little bit and got a picture with him, but he was lovely. But other than that, I don't think I have.
That's why it's like super important to like make friends or like be kind to people who ask for you for your photo.
Oh, yeah. To always be like polite and nice, 100%. Because imagine if people came up to us at the pub and we were like, no, absolutely not.
And it's like so some people are like, I don't know if like you mean like the basis of Placebo, like that's like the biggest story of your life. And if you'd have just come around and been like, nah, fuck off, you'd have been like, that's literally ruined my life.
Yeah,
well, that's the thing. Like it
fuck
would
this band.
I'd never forget it. If he was like rude and like mean to me, it would just be devastating.
I met Noel Gallagher, obviously bit of a prick.
Wow.
Not prick.
Are you a fan of his though?
I love Noel Gallagher, but like he's famously, kind of like, he just says what he wants and does what he wants. And like it was like an album signing and he was playing a show in the Hydro and we like, literally down tools at work. We were like, oh fuck, Noel Gallagher is like at HMV, we're going. And we went and like I got a signing and like the guy in the queue in front of me, he was like signing his head was down, like signing. And then like I was just stood there with my shit like, oh fuck, it's like Noel Gallagher, and it like kind of like awkward because he just didn't look up, and then eventually like, oh sorry mate, and then he shook my hand. He said mate and shook my hand. I'm good. Like, I love him. It's the best. And like saw him at the Hydro that night. It was fucking so good. Like honestly magical.
Oh, that's good. It was a nice experience there.
Also, I find that signings can be a bit like contrived as well. Like it's quite like a forced setting to meet someone in. Like I find it hard with those when it's kind of like a designed thing.
Yeah, like very awkward. Like,
well,
and also,
me and Lydia just had that in December. We went to Comic-Con to meet David Hayter and Jennifer Hale, some voice actors, and like it's just like so like you just take a photo, you're like cattle, it's like move like
it's so robotic.
Nice to meet you. You no time to chat.
Quite
to
dehumanizing as
it's
well.
It's kind of dehumanizing.
And also because there's such a time restraint, like because we did a couple of signings before, like ages ago, like a YogCon. And it's so nice talking to people, but you're very aware that there's like a big queue and you can't talk for that long.
Yeah,
so
I kept
it's
getting
kind
in
of
trouble.
Yeah, and I
for
can't do
talking too
small
much.
talk. So it's just like, I just want to go in deep with people. Like, I'd much rather go to like the pub with a bunch of them and just have like a proper deep conversation than be like in a sort of like a liminal space where it just goes to a surface level of hi, hello, nice to meet you.
Are you having a nice time?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming.
I have such like a low tolerance for that kind of entry conversation anyway. So I think that if you can have the energy to do them, it's good, but they are very difficult.
Like super exhausting in their own sort of strange little way.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a weird fan? Or like a rude fan?
Yeah. Well, there was someone on Twitter that like asked to buy my underwear once.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Lovely. Classic.
Also, like, I don't understand what the thought process is there where you're like, I can it was quite traceable. Like, it was sort of the profile picture, I could find out like where this person like was from. Like
you see his damn Instagram account and he follows his mum.
Yeah, it was like before people had really gotten into like
the
the trolling thing.
Yeah.
They were like making a full on like side account for that. It was like, I could literally see the guys like, this is so grim.
Oh,
like publicly going on Twitter and being like,
where is your shame?
Where is your shame? People need to have more shame.
Yeah, people don't have enough shame in this world anymore. Get your anime profile picture and get some shame.
And then just like trolls, I find trolling really funny. Like, I don't know, I've got so many friends that like get really upset with trolling and like how you guys feel about it. But like, I personally like, I think because we haven't really got fully badly trolled yet. I find when we get trolled, I kind of love it.
Yeah.
We got trolled the other day by an 8-year-old.
Oh,
what did they say?
Why
they were just like, I think it was something like, you sound like a wannabe indie singer. I was like,
What? I mean,
the
you
fuck?
are
I was like, that's my
literally.
job.
That's like your job. And
I
you've
am
sold
literally an
albums.
indie singer.
I was thinking, like, you're 8 years old. What are you doing online? Like,
What 8-year-old is going, time to
Literally.
fuck up this person's
I was
day? Like, what a
look,
weird
he had
message.
respect. I was like, okay, fair. You're going on the internet with some intentions.
I'm going to go tell her what's for.
I think we're kind of just used to it because like we stream, so like
Yeah.
our mods and our chats are just constantly trolling and winding us up, so like it kind of doesn't even really bother
But like
me.
with you, it can be. I guess it can be done in good humor as well. But like, do you
Yeah.
ever get fed up and have horrible? Do you have horrible trolls? Or,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's been times where it has really upset me. Like I'm a sensitive soul,
Yeah.
a little sensitive buttercup, and I take everything way to heart and very personally. And I know that I'm trying to get better at it. I know that I shouldn't, and I should water off a duck's back and ignore it and blah blah blah. But and for every horrible comment, there's 100 nice comments. So you shouldn't give gravity to that person who's being horrible. But I will read that comment and be like, oh, like it's true. I am stinky. I don't know, maybe that's not the,
you always find some truth in it. Like the insecure part of your brain will be like,
Yeah.
"There's truth
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I know where the truth is. And I found it in there."
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to like shush that. I think I am getting better, but when I first started like presenting on the internet, doing stuff like this, and those like initial comments, they would like I'd cry my fucking eyes out. I'd be
What would
so
people?
upset.
Would people comment on the way you look a lot? Like,
Yeah, it would be stuff like it would either be like insulting my looks, or that I'm shit at this and I'm boring and I'm crap and I'm just general whatever they can do.
This is all shit I say to you.
This is my way of talking about you,
was it
Ravs.
Ravs' account?
It's you, Ravs.
Oh no!
Ravs
I'm a
has been
piece
outed
of
as
shit.
a troll. You heard it here first.
How about you, Ravs? Do you get people making you sad?
Yeah, there's like weirdos
Me?
online. Yeah, like you, for a start. And I don't know, like I generally like have pretty thick skin. I don't really care what people say online. Sometimes it would get under my skin if someone's just like, they don't like me and I'm like a people pleaser. And
Yeah.
I'm like trying to get to the
Same.
bottom. Why don't you like me? I'm trying to make you
So
like
it would be like
me.
a personality critique.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you reckon's worse in trolling terms? A personality critique, a talent critique, or a looks critique?
Ooh,
Personality for me.
So
Yeah.
either they're shit at streaming. Would that be talent?
I guess so. But for me, it's like singing. Like I get trolled a lot for my voice. They're like,
Right.
it sounds like you've been smoking crack. And I'm like, they're not wrong. But
So something talent looks whatever, and then personality would be like you seem like a boring
Just like
dickhead,
the-
or
you
yeah, like
talking and
you're,
stuff, yeah.
you don't interest me.
yeah,
I'm
you
coming-
don't.
Yeah.
interest
I'm coming
me.
onto your stream. I'm watching your stream, and I'm coming to tell you
You are
that
boring.
You're boring.
That is painful. God, I don't know. Which so yours would be personality.
I think it'd be personality because it's like I don't care what people say about my looks. I love myself, and also what was the other one? Talent.
Talent.
I know I'm funny, so like I'm all right.
Right.
You're so well equipped for this world. Like you're
Yeah.
so like I feel like that's like we could all have more of that.
We all need more bit of Ravs.
Yeah.
How about you, Izzy?
I find like the singing is hard, like especially because I like low key. I'm like I don't love my singing voice. I'm just like I've accepted it and I've learned to work with like the literal physical voice that I have. And in my head, I have this like really like low husky, like I'm like Nina Simone, but in reality, it is like Minnie Mouse on crack. Like people aren't wrong when they're like sounds like you've been smoking crack, or like a choir of children. Like sometimes I'll do like a take. If we stack my voice enough times, it literally sounds like a kid's choir. So I have to like actively like to make a choir stack. I have to go and find other people with like warmer tones and like lower voices to like
Yeah.
actually make a blend that
Make it-
sounds
blend
good.
it together, yeah.
So I guess the singing stuff I find really hard, and a lot of the time like the ones that I get trolled at on TikTok are like when I'm just like singing raw into the camera and I'm just like, okay, well that needs to have its reverb and I need to like put it into my context of my story and I need to feel like safeguarded by my writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel really confident as a songwriter, but I feel really insecure as a singer.
So is that where you feel like the talent part comes in, like the songwriting and
Yeah,
stuff?
like I don't think if someone criticized my songwriting, I wouldn't give a fuck because I'm like, I know that's what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a writer, and then I'm a writer artist, and then I'm a singer. Like singing is just a part of the vessel that I do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never been like, I'm a singer. Like now I'm trying to be like more legit and be like, right, I'm gonna do like singing practice and like actually warm up and like do some steaming. And it's like it's making like really big changes to like how I sing live. It's also it's fucking boring. Who enjoys that?
Is it all the like
Yeah,
that
loads of
one's
that.
really
And, like,
annoying.
at the moment, I have this like little straw where it's like resistance, supposed to be to do with like aligning your larynx, and it's like it's like a little straw, and you have like a little knob at the bottom of the straw, and you have to blow into it like, woo, and you change the resistance on the straw, and it like it gives you like a backfiring pressure, and basically you can feel like all of the muscles and everything being worked without. In the
so
right
it's like
way.
working out your
Literally,
your
it's
vocal
lifting
cords.
weights.
Yeah,
kind
like
of.
literally doing
Yeah.
weightlifting.
wow.
And so I do that like loads, and over time you do feel it getting like stronger in ways like when you're on stage as well. Like this is just like going in really deep now into what I do. But when I'm on stage, so when you write a song, you're just like la 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 la, and it's easy, right? Then you go into rehearsals and you're like, okay, how do I sing this like all together? Because I've never really sang it back to front like as a whole thing. Then once you do that, you think, oh yeah, I can do that, and you go on stage, and it's like 38 degrees in the room, it's full of sweat, there's dry ice, this really affects your voice, there's like loads of lights on you, you can't really hear anything except for cymbals, and then you're suddenly like you can't breathe, and you're running around, so you're like losing a breath.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know how you do it because like I've seen you wear some like fucking big outfits, big wigs,
Yeah, like
and all
corsets
that
on
shit.
stage, and like
Corsets on
literally
stage.
platforms, leather
Plant-
trousers, like literally can't even walk in them.
I'm sweating in the fucking crowd. Like I can't even imagine with all the lights and shit up there. Like it must be an absolute nightmare. And then like, having to do a whole set.
Yeah, it's fucked.
And also you jump into the fucking crowd and shit
you
all the
literally-
time.
Oh my
also,
God.
so I like so now I have to do this thing where like in rehearsals I have to like run up and down the rehearsal room, get myself really out of breath, and then like get my adrenaline going as well, because the adrenaline like tightens everything. So like everything that you can do like when you're comfortable, and singing should be like when you're in a comfortable state, but when you're tight and stressed, it kind of goes here. So it's like really weird, like psychology. You have to like play on yourself where you're like on stage. You have to try to get into a more relaxed state.
Yeah. Well, I guess like when you're like anxious and stressed, like
It does. You tense up.
Everything,
Yeah.
like even your vocal cords.
Yeah, and your
everything.
tuning goes like it's so fucking hard to tune. Like that's why it's like when I was drinking, it's like I had one drink and my tuning would go straight away.
Oh really?
Oh, shit.
Like it's the hardest thing. Like you'd think you nail it, and you just listen back and be like, oh my god.
And it's like
It still happens. I did a whole verse the other day. I was like, oh, the band sounded like they're a bit out of key. Oh, the bass is a bit out of key. Oh fuck.
no,
It was
no,
me.
it was me. I was out of key.
And then you have to start trying to bend into the right key as you're like coming into the next section and make it like intentional. I do
shit.
that that still happens to me all the time.
I guess that's one of the. I mean, I don't know a huge amount about singing and the like semantics,
technical
yeah,
stuff,
the technical parts of it. But when you say like someone can't sing or whatever. I remember my friend telling me, because she can sing quite well. She's like, everyone can sing, but it's more about being able to hear, keeping yourself in tune is really hard.
Yeah.
Like really, because you can hear other people and be like, oh, that sounds funky.
Yeah.
But if you do it yourself,
Yeah.
it's so hard.
It sounds completely different from inside your head.
Yeah, exactly. So to be able to train yourself to
hear it as it's coming out is hard. Yeah.
Oh, do you have like the in-ear monitor stuff
Yeah,
as well? That must be like, how the fuck do people use that on stage? I don't know how.
get so
No,
confused.
the monitors are amazing. Like they are like literally magic. So like for me, I'll like to help me with my tuning, I'll put like keytones in my ears, so I'll have like a count in that's like ring 1, 2, 3, and I'll know to come in on that note because like got a little keyboard playing me the chord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just adding loads of little tricks like that. It's very like behind the curtain stuff, but or like a count. If I know I'm going into a certain section, I need a specific count that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Yeah.
I'll have that like programmed into my ears. So
Right.
everything is like like to help me.
And the whole band, I assume, have that as well, so they know
They
when
have
to come
different
in.
ones. Everyone has different ones for
Yeah.
what they need. So like mine is like my mix is like famously like the worst mix because it's just like loads of vocal, huge click track, and then just like some backing vocals that we have tracked, and then like nothing else. Everything else is just like bleeding in from the room.
Right. So you don't actually have the instruments or anything like being fed into your ears.
I have my guitar coming through, so it's just like if you were to solo what I hear on stage, it would be like horrific, which is really nice because when I take an ear out, I'm like,
this sounds amazing.
Yeah, it sounds fucking great. Yeah.
But sometimes, like, 'cause all of those things are all things, and also like in my ears, I have my voice completely dry, so like with no reverb, so it's like the most aggressive, like literally having yourself naked in your ear, like warts and all. And then like out front, it's got a really soft, gushy reverb, so it's like very well. Like I've got my foundation and my mascara on out front, but like what I'm seeing and what I'm making in my ears is like the driest, most like raw thing.
I got you. It's kind of like singing in the bathroom with the nice little like the reverb is
everything
happening.
sounds great.
Right, singing in the shower, I'm like, move over, bloody J-Lo.
Yeah,
actually, she can't sing, can she? Who can sing? Move over, Beyonce. Like I sound fucking banging. Like purposely singing extra loud so everyone can hear me.
Yeah.
And then like you do the same thing in your room, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, or on recording as well. Like you go on recording and you like play back what you think you nailed, and you're like, what the fuck?
See, we had Twitch Sings over lockdown, and I was like, I can sing. But like, because it was just like lockdown, we had like Twitch Sings, which was like karaoke. You would just stream and sing along to songs, and like I kept doing songs with really high notes, and like I did "Oh Darling" by the Beatles with Sips, and he like screamed. So I was like, well, I'll be funny and I'll scream back. And like after I screamed, my voice was like fucked, and I think I've actually permanently damaged.
Injured. Yeah,
I think
I think
I'm actually injured because I can't hit high notes anymore.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, I feel like I've lost any chance I ever had of being able to sing something.
Gave it all up for Twitch Sings.
Yeah.
You've literally just gone straight into a drop split there. There's
I
no
put
like
my
warm up.
whole heart into that "Oh Darling" rendition.
Oh my God, I need to see that exact clip. The moment
and then I
that
did
your
like
vocal
Wuthering
cords
Heights,
break.
and I would go
Did you hit
so
the note
high.
though? Did it sound amazing?
No,
like, oh,
it sounded awful. So it was like through like a little headset mic, and I was like screaming.
Sometimes it can sound really good like that though, when it's like distorting.
It was
But
kind
I bet that didn't though, did it?
It did not sound good. It did not sound good. Okay, so yeah, we actually do answer questions on this podcast, but it's nice. It's nice chatting.
Yeah, no, I
Absolutely.
really enjoyed
I mean,
this.
half the time anyway, we just chat shit anyway.
yeah.
Like questions are kind of taking a back seat lately.
Yeah, we usually just blabber on.
Sorry, we want to answer your questions anyway. Keep sending them in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Oh wait, do you have a degree?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh.
Get her out of here.
Sorry, it's in songwriting, so it's basically not real.
okay.
It's basically a fake degree.
But
That's still a degree.
All right, we'll let you
I'll
off.
let you off. Yeah, it's a creative degree. It's fine.
I didn't know you could get a songwriting degree.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Didn't learn anything. Like,
you guys started back in uni, right?
yeah, BIM.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Which is like just such a how do I say this professionally? Like such a non-thing, but such a great way of meeting people, other musicians.
Absolutely.
Wait, is that the one that like everybody has come out of?
Yeah.
That one, like fucking Adele and everyone. came out
I
of
think
that?
Adele was Brit School, which is like
Brit School.
different.
Yeah. Mhm.
Whereas BIM is more like grungy rockers.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's BIM?
Brighton Institute of Modern Music, but now it's changed to the British Institute of Modern Music because they have like loads of other ones, and they made like Dublin Institute of Modern Music, and it couldn't be like DIM.
Dim.
Oh yeah, you can't call it dim no.
I'm at school, dim.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, question 1. Hello, fellow non-degreers and Izzy.
Sorry.
Recently, I decided to catch up with the podcast, and I found out that the intimate playlist thing on Spotify, and one of the songs in mine is the Angry Birds main theme. Should this worry me? Does Spotify know that I will stay single forever? Is there a deeper meaning to the Angry Birds main theme I do not know about? Thank you for the laughs in the podcast.
Okay.
So what do we think about
It's a lot to
that?
unpack here.
It's a lot to unpack. Their intimate playlist is got the Angry Birds theme.
Is the
on it.
intimate supposed to be like for having sex too?
I think so, yeah. It's supposed to be like intimate moments.
You like
yeah.
you're getting down and freaky. You turn that on and you just start fucking.
I reckon there's just someone like in the Spotify algorithm that's just like, let's just fucking
fuck
throw
with
some.
I'm fucking scared to look at
I
mine
wanna
now,
look at
actually.
mine.
I'm gonna-
Wait.
Intimate mix made for you.
Okay.
Okay. Moon Song by Phoebe Bridgers. And then
That's good.
then Mitski, My Love Is Mine.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sad song though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a miserable
bit of
shag.
fucking miserable shag, yeah.
Wait. My first song on Intimate Mix is "Are You Lonesome Tonight?" yes, I am.
Oh, Apocalypse by Cigarettes After Sex, though, that's a banger.
Mine's pretty on point, to be honest.
Yeah, what's your first song?
My first song is Give You My Lovin' by Mazzy Star.
Okay, banger. All about Mazzy
Then
Star.
Suki Waterhouse, Lana Del Rey, Sam Cooke,
Nice.
Perfume Genius. I mean, this is just shit that I listen to all the time.
Does
All I'm
anyone,
gonna
have,
say
any,
is
does anyone
that-
have a bad one on there? Have you got like
But
Angry
going on,
Birds?
if Angry Birds is coming up, I'm sorry, but that means that you are searching and listening to Angry
Surely.
Birds, because every single thing on here,
It's got to be your algorithm. It has to be.
yeah,
Like, it's
you have to be listening to something similar
Something
to it.
similar
Yeah.
at least, because I don't listen to all of these, but they're similar to
Yeah.
stuff I listen to.
It's basically Spotify radio, but like to a tone.
Like more like if it has like love.
Oh, I've got Boy Genius. We've got some crossovers.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah, Phoebe Bridgers.
Which
Which Phoebe Bridgers song have you got?
Moon Song.
Oh, I got Smoke Signals.
Okay. Tom York, Dawn Chorus is in here. Another sad shag song.
You just got
a fucking-
sad.
I'm
But
just-
Jeff
I'm
Buckley's
just-
so real. We always
I'm
have
just-
like really sad
Yeah,
chats.
I'm just fucking crying the whole time.
Sex. Oh, your sad sex
Oh,
songs.
no. Oh, yeah, Lana Del Rey's in here. Paris, Texas.
I got Lana as well. I got Groupie Love from Lana.
Okay, so we can all confirm that we're quite miserable shaggers.
Yeah, I'm alone.
Yeah, you're
You're
just
just by yourself.
I'm
Yeah.
lonesome. I'm lonesome tonight.
You and Big Bertha.
So how does in terms of Angry Birds, I'm not very knowledgeable. How
Yeah, what
does
the fuck is the Angry
let's
Birds
see how
theme,
the
actually?
Angry Bird theme goes.
I've like no idea that it even had a theme song.
Okay, this is it.
Oh, yeah,
wait,
this
wait.
is total
Oh,
shagabilly.
Oh yeah,
I can see it.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could do it to the beat.
I guess
Get a
so.
steady rhythm.
It would be a bit spooky though.
It's a little bit.
If someone put this on and you
I
were
don't-
shagging them, I would
I
be.
don't think this is what you should have at the start of the playlist. It shouldn't be in the start.
Maybe
It
don't
should
with
not-
start. Is it at the
Don't-
start of their playlist?
Oh, does
I
it
hope
say?
so. What way to set the mood?
One
Maybe
of the,
a
it says- just
finishing
says
number.
one of the
Yeah.
songs. Finishing.
A finishing number.
Finishing off with that.
Yeah.
It's like your
Time
outro.
it.
It's like your outro song.
Yeah.
The credits roll.
Yeah. Well, maybe you can give us some feedback. Maybe they can go and test run
Yeah.
it. Let us know.
Honestly, I would love to see their playlist.
Oh my god!
I want to know.
Well, there was that song that went really Reddit post that went really viral.
Oh,
because
the
that-
Seabat one.
that
The
person-
do.
Yeah, like really
Yeah.
offbeat. They were like, "This is the song I always have sex to," and everyone was just
Yeah.
like, "How do you like? How
Yeah.
are you even physically having sex to
Yeah,
this?"
I don't know how the fuck they were having sex to that song. It's absolutely fucking wild. Yeah, honestly, send in your playlist. I really want to see that playlist.
Yeah.
With Angry Birds main themes on there. Oh.
Hey, 0 Degrees. I'm 22 and would like some advice. My two best friends in the world have asked me whether I'd like to find a house together and move in with them in the autumn. When they asked, I immediately agreed, but afterwards had some conflicting thoughts. My two friends are a couple, and I'm worried I'll feel intrusive or just generally in the way. They've said that they wouldn't care in passing, but the worry is still there. Also, it's relatively far I'd be moving, 3 hours by train, and I don't know how I'd fare being that far from family and also leaving transferring jobs. I do consider them family, and they make me so happy to be around, and I probably wouldn't be here without them. I guess I'm just worried that they might come to resent asking me. Any advice would be appreciated. By the way, all three of us are guys, if that changes anything. Thank you.
Wait, I need
Okay.
you to like compact this question. That like I need someone to
Okay,
to
you can read
ADHD
it if
that.
you want as well. ADHD it.
Yeah,
They're-
bullet points,
They're
simple.
moving in with their best mates who are a couple. They're all guys, and he's scared of moving away from his family, and he's also scared that his friends will resent him and living with them and stuff. Is that how
Yeah,
the beats?
it sounds like he's worried that he'll be kind of like a third wheel and that they'll grow to resent having
Or he'll-
asked him to move in with
or
them.
he'll just like be a shit roommate or something.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
asking for advice on the situation about whether he should go for it or not.
Yeah, and like how to like advice on like dealing
But
with
has he
moving
been
from your
invited
family.
to live with them?
Yes.
Yeah, they've asked him.
Right.
They've asked
Yeah.
whether they'd like to find a house together and move in the autumn.
Is it to rent a place or to buy a place?
I
It doesn't
would
say.
assume rent.
I'd
in this
assume rent.
situation.
Yeah, I'd assume
so.
rent.
That's like the default, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, interesting. As a person who lived with a couple,
Oh.
Okay.
I was a third wheel. The pros to it are that we split like 2 rooms by 3 ways.
Okay.
Which
Cheaper
is
rent.
Yeah, which makes cheaper rent, and it's like equally cheaper rent. Not like they get to split it half and half. I got
Yeah.
to benefit off that as well.
Yeah.
The downsides of it is that you do sometimes become their child.
Oh shit.
Or like for me anyway, because I am a child. But like, or you become like a moderator for their arguments.
Right.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it could honestly be kind of difficult. Like I can definitely see like the child thing. Like, you know, they're like a couple, so they're almost like the mum and dad of the house, and you're just like this fucking gremlin that lives there, and like, you know, it feels a bit weird. And also like they're moving away from their family, which, you know, I guess is kind of scary, but I guess we've all done that, right? We all moved. You've moved.
Sometimes
from
it's
Brighton.
good to do that. I think it's good to push your boundaries. If you feel a little bit uncomfortable with an idea, you can always try. Maybe set a deadline. Maybe be like, maybe let's live together for 6 months and see how we get on. And if it's shit, then you can always call it.
Yeah, you could always, it's always good to like set up a backup in case it doesn't work. Like if you say to your, is he living with his family at the moment, or is his family just nearby?
It sounded like that, or they're at least near him at the very least.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't say I currently live with my family.
Yeah.
So
But
it
your
would just
family
be,
can come and stay with you and stuff. Do you know what I mean? You can still like, sometimes it's nice that, but if you've never lived away from home, that's obviously feels like a bigger jump, doesn't it?
Did you guys find that the first time you guys moved out? First time ever? Because that was me with
I couldn't get
Bristol.
out quick enough. I was like, fuck this, I need to get out.
Or you would just like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
How far away did you move? Was it a big move or?
I'm trying to think. Like, I moved, I think, to London first for a year, and then Brighton after that. But I remember being like, I wanted to move out because I would find a bit of my own identity, and then once I found it really difficult and expensive to live away, then I loved
Especially
coming home.
fucking
And
London.
Yeah, exactly. Then I moved back for ages after that when I was touring and stuff. So and then I loved it because I was like, oh yeah, like there's always food in the fridge, and my mum does all my washing. Like, it's amazing.
I miss
Home
that.
comforts. Yeah, 100%. I don't know. With this one, I would say, did you, when you lived with a couple, did you find that they would separately come to you about the argument, and you'd have to kind of take a side?
Sometimes.
Oh yeah, being like the deciding factor.
Yeah,
like, that just feels like drama.
Yeah, sometimes. Or like sometimes they would like argue in front of me, and I'd have to sort of be a bit. This is after living. It took, bearing in mind, like I lived with them for 3 years, and only by the end was it at that stage. For the most of the time, it was absolutely fine, and I got on really well with both of them for different reasons and in different ways, in ways that they didn't always connect with each other. I'd have like my own relationship with both of them, so I feel like it did work really well. I wouldn't say like, oh, don't do that. I'd say like, give it a try. I mean, what's the worst can happen if you put a deadline on it? Do you know what I mean?
Plus, it's with your mates. Like, it should be easier. Like, it can create a bit of tension between you and your mates if you're like nightmare roommates. But like, I think it's probably going to be all right.
I think go for it as well, because also it sounds like the couple, both of them are your best friends. It's not like you're moving in with a best friend and their partner, which is typically how that goes. Like, I almost had a situation where I moved in with my best friend and my partner, but me and my partner broke up like 3 weeks beforehand. So I just moved in with my best friend in the end.
Oh shit. Okay.
So that worked out better. But typically it's like a person, their best friend, and then their best friend's partner. But if you are all like three of you are best mates, and as you said, like they're basically like family to you, I think that'd be really fun. I think you'll have a really nice time. There won't be any of that awkward like, oh, when my best friend goes out and it's just me and their partner at home together and we're watching TV and it's kind of awkward and I don't want to be in their way. Like, if you're mates with both of them, then I think it would be a really nice living arrangement.
And you will probably hear them shagging through the walls.
Yeah,
that is true.
That
That
is
is
true.
true.
Like, it does feel a little bit
Three
like
guys, that's going to be grunting.
There's going to be
grunts.
there'll be noises. You will be hearing them noises. That is true. But
That's
a small
fine.
price
Get out
to
of the house
pay.
if you hear the Angry Birds
Yeah.
theme. Like, honestly.
or stay in and enjoy
Yeah,
it.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, why
true
not?
enough.
Also, 3 hours by train, it is long, but it's doable. It's not, it's not
It's
like
not so bad, yeah.
a 9-hour plane flight. It's doable. I think I agree with Izzy. Like, give yourself a time frame. Think to yourself, let's see how these 6 months go. And if it's not working out, you can find someone to take your space, take your room. I'm sure it won't. That's doable, and you can move back. I think 0 degrees and Izzy say go for it.
I think that's like the most helpful we've ever been.
Oh my god, I think it is.
It actually might be.
I was
the
going to say,
best
you sound like a
advice.
life coach. Like, I really would. I'd be like, yeah, can you give me some advice on life, please?
So this is what happens when Harry's not here.
Yeah, Harry will just pick a question about fart and shit.
Yeah,
And it's like, okay.
and then it will give terrible advice, and then
That's kind of great, though.
Yeah. This one comes from one of our lovely patrons. Thank you so much. Patreon.com/0degrees. Hello, fellow 0 degree havers. A long-time fan here. Love what you guys do. In relation to my question, I don't know if you remember Harry, Raz and Lydia, you weren't there, unfortunately, but at a convention, I think it was Insomnia 60, I got all of the yogs that were there to sign a really horrible pug mask. Because I went round a couple of times over the weekend, you all defaced each other's autographs, putting things like Barry sucks, Xylus smells, Trot eats poop, and I still have it. Angry Tom wrote that he loved you though, Ravs. Oh, Tom, my boy. I love you, Tom. Anyway, my question is, what's the weirdest thing anyone has ever asked you to sign? Or as a bonus question, what is the worst time someone has recognised you? Have a great day, from Eric.
Ooh.
Okay, so weird. Well, there's a really stressful signing that I did once where I signed someone's puffer and then like saw them like a year later and they were like saying, oh, I had an asthma attack actually and I didn't want to use my puffer because you signed it.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
So stressful. I was like, don't do that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like, live.
Like, yeah.
Oh no.
Literally live. Like,
Yeah, like just stay alive.
Like, do we need to have some sort of like boundaries here? Bring your broken puffer, okay? Bring the old empty puffer for your signings.
I guess no signing insulin needles or anything life-saving in the future.
Yeah, literally. That was stressful. And then I guess like we get all the usual like really weird stuff. Loads of boobs, loads of like shoes, Converse, phone cases. I feel like these are kind of standard.
All
I
the
signed someone's
standard
tampon
stuff.
once.
Yeah, okay, wow.
Not used, not used.
Okay,
What did they
yeah,
use
yeah.
afterwards though?
What are these afterwards?
That's
I
a-
think
that's a
very good
horrible
for
year
you.
later. I didn't want to
Sharpie
use
ink
it.
up there would not be.
Oh, it
No.
wouldn't be
Good.
nice, would it? But maybe
It's
they were
giving
like,
bacteria infection.
I'm infusing Izzy inside
they like-
of
are
me
they like-
or
Don't
something. That's what they could have been
You're
thinking.
psycho.
That's what they might. I was being them.
What did they like frame that? Like, that's
I
something
have
you like
no
frame?
idea.
Literally.
That is
Yeah,
such a
that is so
strange.
odd.
Because I get it, like, you want something signed so you can display it, right? Like, you can have
Yeah.
this. Like, what the fuck are you going to do with a tampon?
I
It's such a
fucking don't know. It's
strange.
such
I'm
an
kinda
odd
into
thing.
it.
Yeah?
It's kind of, there's something kind of sick about it, but it's also like a bit weird. I
Yeah.
think. I don't know. I mean, I would sign someone's condom if they wanted me to. Like, it feels something
Why
that I
not?
would do. Why
Yeah,
not? Like,
yeah.
This is the kind of invitation that you're going to regret.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah,
I'll
you're gonna
do
get a lot
anything,
of
really.
condoms
I'll
now.
do anything.
We'll do
Yeah, I
anything
don't
for a
care.
Okay, what about you? What's
Yeah.
the worst thing you lot signed then?
Oh, I don't know, because I've only really mostly signed things at cons, so it's always just like things like people's badges or like a T-shirt or like a pass.
That's not weird, though. That's kinda normal.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything weird?
I don't think I've ever signed anything weird.
Well, so if it's at a convention, it's like if you're going to get them sign something weird, you have to do that in front of quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's
Do you know what I mean? You're in a queue and you're sort of holding a tampon or your sanitary pad to get
Yeah.
signed. You then start to get a bit like the people around you might be a bit like, oh,
Whipping out your moon cup for them
Yeah,
to,
not sure.
to sign is a bit
Yeah.
strange.
I think I've signed someone's body once. I can't remember.
What do you mean you can't remember? You remember where on their body?
I honestly don't remember. Maybe arm, maybe booby. I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
As
remember.
if you'd ever forget a booby. You've only ever seen your mum.
If you sign a boob or like a nipple of someone's, I always get really bashful as I'm doing it. I'm always just like, trying to be really like consensually like polite in a very formal way because I don't want them to feel like I'm like abusing
Yeah,
them.
this is a business transaction. I am not looking at your breasts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so rogue.
awkward. Has anyone ever got it tattooed? Like because I always think like if you get someone to tattoo your skin, autograph your skin, it's just going to wash away. Like, wouldn't you want? I know some people do get it tattooed.
Well, people get like loads of the tattoos I do are Black Honey tattoos, so I literally will be writing like my lyrics, my song titles, my
that's
name
cool.
on people.
That is really sick to have someone from the front woman of the band to be tattooing.
But I just like it's too stressful to think about in too much detail because like the amount of people that are just like. My question is to these people: what are they going to do when it turns out that I'm like a murderer?
Oh, that's the thing, isn't it?
Because there must be some people out there with like lost profits tattoos.
Yes,
Oh my god,
that's
that
the
hit
worry.
me so hard. I was loving them, and then all that shit came out. I was like, "Fuck!"
Oh no, more
Like,
Last Train Home
fuck
for you.
This,
Oh.
like, so bad. I didn't get them tattooed.
Well, that's the worry about having any kind of tattoo which is relating to like a band or a person or a, anything like that, is if it ever comes out that it turns out, they're a murderer of nonsense, like something awful, and
Yeah.
you've got that on your skin
Yeah.
forever. It's fucking horrific.
Yeah, my favorite thing is to ask
Not that
people
you are
as
those
they're doing
things.
it. As they're doing it, I'm like, what happens when I'm cancelled? Asking for a friend.
I I guess that's why. I wonder if, like, we were talking before this podcast about laser removal. I guess that's when you just. I wonder. I mean, surely everyone that has a lost profit tattoo no longer has it anymore. That's like
I've met people even just getting laser when they're just like, oh, I know the person that did this has been like done for sexual assault. They'll get it lasered.
Yeah. Because
it reminds them too much of the artist.
Yeah. Christ. I guess there's. I guess there's. I mean, I'm sure that is not going to happen with Black Honey. I have absolute
the night is young.
faith. The night is young. But yeah, I guess that is, because you've got
I've got Massive Attack, and you did this, so please don't get cancelled. But Massive Attack actually had like a scare. There was like some weird talk about like they may have had some dodgy shit on their laptops, and I was like,
wait, what?
Like, it turned out to be nothing, but I was like sitting with a tattoo.
Oh my god!
Please no, please.
At least you could say that's like the fire safety
or
whatever.
I'm just concerned very much for everyone's health and safety.
Yeah, exactly right. Like it's fine. Weirdest place someone's recognized me.
Yeah.
Well, I've had people like say,
it says, what is the worst time someone's recognized you?
Yeah. I was like in like my mum's like light blue Corsa, and I was like just finished window cleaning. I was smelly. I was wearing like dirty window cleaning gear. My hands were all like horrible. I was at McDonald's drive-through, and as I went
this
through,
all this is giving me is iconic so far. I'm like, this. If I saw you, do it, I would be.
I'm in this messy car. It's like light blue. It's like a hairdresser car.
Yes.
Like I'm stinky. I'm fucking dirty, and like I just go for this drive first. Need like I want a quick McDonald's, and like are you Ravs? Are you Ravs from the Oxcast? Oh my god, like so nice to meet you. And I was like,
not now.
Not fucking now. Like I'm like so not presentable to the world right now. But that's not even the weirdest one. Like people like in toilets, like while I'm pissing.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
People are like, excuse me, mate. Are you Ravs? Like, I'm
it's because they can. You're there in a contained space. You can't leave.
Yeah.
You're literally there with a nub out. So it's like, well, I'm stuck here while I'm peeing. So
that's happened like 4 times.
No fucking way.
4 fucking times. I hate it. I'm always like, don't look at my dick.
Please don't look at my dick. Please don't look at my dick. Oh my god, that feels like
it's a very vulnerable experience.
It's very vulnerable. It's like, I feel like I want to close up when someone talks to me in there.
It feels like that's really overstepping your boundaries to talk to someone whilst they're pissing. Like, come on, where is the the
shame?
The shame.
Where's the shame?
shame?
Yeah, it's fucking wild. Yeah, but that's mine. What about you guys? Any weird recognizing times?
Weird or bad? Never in the toilet. I don't know if I've ever had anything which has been bad. I had one time which was just like I was on the way somewhere and I had a panic attack and I was really upset and emotional and I cried a lot of my makeup off, and then I'd like bumped into someone who was like, "Can I get a picture?" And it was like, "Yeah, 1 second." Like I cried. They were really sweet and it was fun. I didn't think they knew that I was upset, but it was like just bad timing of just being like, getting a picture like rubbing away the mascara. But they were really sweet. But yeah, I think that's probably it.
That reminds me of like Amsterdam at TwitchCon, and I was absolutely fucked up. It was like late night. We were celebrating that the con was done, and someone came up to me and was like, "Ravs, can I get a photo?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I've never seen this photo again." But like, I was not photo.
No.
I was not. You could not talk to me. Like,
I've had a few of them. Where you're like, it shouldn't be allowed. Like, I shouldn't be in public at this point.
No, that is one of those things where you have those thoughts every now and again when you're trying to sleep. It's like the pictures where fans have come up at when we've been like hammered and we had pictures taken. It's like,
I always feel fucking bad.
I've had to look like in a state. How about you, Izzy?
I don't know. Was it the worst?
The worst.
No, wait, the exact wording is. What is the worst time someone has recognized you? Like, I guess that could
I feel like they're always bad. Like, I feel like I'm always just like shoving a sandwich in my mouth, or like, or just the worst one. When you can feel people looking at you, but like they'll do like I always have it it's always at train stations. I think it's because I'm always traveling, but like they're always people like they always do like a lean in between the chairs, and I can just see a little camera peeking around. So like don't really know how to look. So
that's so awkward.
Yeah, and it's like just say if you're gonna do it, don't try and do like the sneaky photo or like.
Yeah, I hate like you see on Twitter like a photo of you from far away and it's like didn't come over and say hi, nice to see you or something. It's like just come say hi. Like this is like creepy. Yeah.
I don't know, with the rest of them I don't really get recognised that much. Like I'd say like maybe once a month, which for me is like a totally manageable amount. But yeah, they never feel particularly convenient.
I guess there's no real time unless you're like fresh, you know, like feeling your absolute best,
Yeah,
makeup,
like-
hair just done ready,
Yeah, like
you know.
just left for a shoot or something.
Yeah.
Like fully done up, then maybe. But
Always going to feel a bit kind of like, ugh, you
yeah,
know.
but I sort of like being the real side as well. I think that's sort of important to not just be like this fake artificial thing all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like you got to be out in the real world. Like,
Yeah.
to be well meeters in the real world, I guess. You
people
can't
are
always
gross.
be. You can't always be killing it. I
Can't
guess.
always be fucking hot as fuck.
Exactly.
Sometimes you got to
Yeah.
be gross and you got to be drunk and you got to be nasty
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
cry and have panic attacks.
Yeah.
The authentic experience.
It's the authentic experience.
Well, I hope that helped.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. We're gonna head over and do a little "Am I the Asshole" on Patreon now. So thank you everyone for watching, and listening. Izzy, thank you so much for coming to be here. It's an
Thank you,
honor
guys.
having you.
Thank you.
Have you got anything to plug? Want to plug any stuff?
I have absolutely nothing to plug.
Well, listen to Black Honey.
Listen to Black
new,
Honey.
New record
Yes.
coming out soon. Follow Black Honey on all socials. Follow Izzy.
You're too good at that.
Follow Izzy Bee Phillips on all socials.
Yes.
Album be coming out.
Stream Black Honey a lot so it goes on your intimate playlist.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good. That's a good plug.
There we
Hell
go.
yeah.
There we go.
Okay, thanks so much for watching. See you guys later on.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.